Before I begin, I want to say there are few feelings more liberating than facing your biggest fear. This is mine. That being said, to the parents, faculty, friends, relatives, and old people who just come to these things, welcome and congratulations, Chanhassen's graduating class of 2025. A hallmark of speeches like this is dopey advice like, quote, follow your heart. Well, today, I won't waste your time with empty cliches. I came here because, believe it or not, I actually do have something real to tell you. Contrary to the fact that I'm standing here today, I am incredibly lazy. Yesterday, I did not make myself breakfast. I paid somebody else to do it. This week, I did not do my laundry. I set my basket in the laundry room. This year, I didn't push myself to make every second count. I drove home and slept until my next class. The root of my laziness is that I am so concerned with gratifying my every desire that I sabotage my priorities. Today, I will tell you a story about the moment I realized laziness steals your future one excuse at a time. Junior year, I took AP Seminar, a class where you're completely responsible for creating and delivering a formal presentation. By the end of the year, there were no shortcuts, no groups, no hand-holding, just swimming or sinking. And for a while, I sank. Not because I wasn't capable, but because I kept waiting for motivation, when what I needed was discipline. Instead, I played video games, watched movies, hung out with friends, doom-scrolled on my phone, practically anything to avoid the stress of having to try. By rehearsal week, everyone else had their lines down cold, and I was sinking. When it was my turn, I failed so miserably that I swore under my breath and booed myself off stage. With less than a week to go, the fight in my fight or flight kicked in, and I chose to fight. I wrote my script on a giant poster paper so enormously I couldn't possibly forget it. I spent nights scribbling away in a locked classroom thanks to a key that was not mine until the janitors kicked me out and my hand turned gray with lead. By the grace of God, I finished the makeshift teleprompter the day of my delivery. But I bombed that presentation. It was coherent, but a stuttering mess of scrambled thoughts and last-minute regrets. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. But at the same time, I felt proud. Proud because, at the very least, I didn't run. I didn't give up and forget like I've done all my life. I wanted to succeed, sure. That part of me had been buried under years of routine laziness that I let it die just so it could kill me. The truth in this story isn't about failing a presentation. It's about how we convince ourselves to not care as a form of survival, when it's really a slow way of dying. I think I can wait to care, wait to try, wait for the perfect moment, but I'm out of time. And that drive to perform and be proud didn't just show up. I had to drag it out of myself. From now on, we must choose a new life, one where we take ownership, one where we show up when it's easier not to, one where we dictate the terms of our fate. Because what other choice do we have? If we gratify our every desire and avoid every difficulty, we are not living, but surviving. That's what I realized in that locked classroom. Bubbling letters with stolen markers like my life depended on it. Because it did. Every graduate's life is about to get considerably harder. But every graduate here also has the teeth behind a smile that can change the world. This life will throw things at you that feel too heavy to carry. And when that happens, you have two options. You can either sink or you can swim. Sinking means doing the brutal, lonely work of confronting yourself. It means discipline, ownership, dragging motivation out when it's nowhere to be found. Swimming means letting people in, letting them see when you're struggling. It means realizing you don't have to do everything alone. But whether you choose to sink or swim, discipline is non-negotiable. If you swim, it's faster, lighter, and it works when someone's there. But the truth is that they won't always be there. There will be days when nobody sees you struggling. And in those moments, you better know how to sink. Not as failure, but as someone who carries the full weight alone and still keeps going. Swimming is survival with help. Sinking is survival without. Both can get you where you want to go, but only one teaches you to stand when no one's there to catch you. So whichever you choose, sinking or swimming, show up. Do the hard work, especially when it's the last thing you want. Because that's how you build a life that lasts. Thank you, and good luck.